Hey, Coach Nico here, and in this video I'm going to share with you the secrets behind weight loss diets and break down which diets actually help with losing weight according to science. This is the Physique Secrets channel where we share training and nutrition secrets to help you craft your dream physique. So you've got a lot of options when it comes to diets, but let's look at the 5 most popular diets in recent history and see what science has to say. Number 1, let's look at the first diet, the fat-free diet. The low-fat diet hype started in the 1940s when scientific studies began to show a correlation between high-fat diets and high cholesterol levels. So doctors began recommending low-fat diets to high-risk heart patients. By the 1960s, the low-fat diet was being recommended not just to high-risk heart patients, but to everyone. In the 1980s, the low-fat approach became the diet promoted by doctors, the government, the food industry, and the media. People bought into the idea, even though there was no clear evidence that it prevented heart disease or promoted weight loss at the time. All the way into the 90s, fat in your diet was public enemy number 1. For decades, people were avoiding fats, butter, bacon, cheese, milk, avocados, ice cream, and pretty much everything that I love. Funny enough, in the same decades that the fat-free diet was increasing in popularity, obesity rates in North America were also increasing dramatically. But correlation doesn't always mean causation. So what does science have to say? Well, in this 2015 meta-analysis funded by the National Institutes of Health and American Diabetes Association, evidence from randomized control trials did not support low-fat diets over other diet options for long-term weight loss. Moving on to diet number 2, with fat-free diets failing and possibly contributing to the increasing obesity rate, a new diet began taking over. In the 2000s, around the time CrossFit emerged, paleo diet also began gaining traction. The idea behind the paleo diet is to eat food that prehistoric humans would have eaten before we discovered farming. That's why it's also known as the caveman diet. So on a paleo diet, you can eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lean meats, and fish. Sounds delicious if you ask me. But will it help you lose weight? And see what science has to say. This study was published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2009, comparing the paleo diet to a usual American diet while keeping calories at maintenance level. The participants on the paleo diet had experienced a number of positive benefits from improving blood pressure to decreasing insulin secretion, but without reducing calories, even with all the health benefits, they did not lose weight. So now you're beginning to see the importance of calories and its role in losing that stubborn belly fat. And for your reference, calories are made up of the 3 macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And I need to mention this now because of the nature of diet number 3. Within the 2000s, another diet began to emerge, the Atkins diet. At the height of its popularity, 1 in 11 Americans claimed to be on the Atkins diet. Atkins is a variation of a high-fat, low-carb diet, very similar to the infamous keto diet. With both Atkins and keto having built massive and loyal followings, The low-carb diet has remained popular for 2 decades now. So will this diet help you to lose weight? Well, what does science have to say? Last updated on December 14th, 2020, this article on the keto diet states that people on a keto diet experience rapid weight loss up to 10 pounds in 2 weeks or less. Sounds awesome. But it also says that the keto diet has a diuretic effect, and some early weight loss is due to water weight loss, followed by fat loss. Finally, it says an overall reduction in caloric intake helps to further weight loss. That's a major hint that a calorie deficit may be the answer to losing body fat. Now, as a bonus, I've got something for you at the end of this video to support that notion, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have 2 more diets to look at. So number 4, in the 2010s, a new diet craze started to take over. 2019 actually became known as the year of the vegan. The vegan diet is a plant-based diet, avoiding any foods made from animals. So this includes not only meat, but also animal byproducts like milk, cheese, fish oils, and ice cream. Another major component to the vegan lifestyle is that you have to tell everyone you're vegan. That's important. Don't ask me why. Now, you can choose to go on a vegan diet for personal reasons, but the question is whether you should try it in order to lose weight. So let's ask our boy science. In this study, plant-based diets in the reduction of body fat found that plant-based diets can reduce body fat because it leads to a reduced calorie intake and increased energy expenditure. So it works because it leads to a calorie deficit. So now we've seen different diets fail and different diets work, the catalyst being the calorie consumption. Which leads me to the last diet in this video, the flexible diet, aka if it fits your macros. The flexible diet has become increasingly popular in the 2010s thanks to the recreational bodybuilding community. The idea behind flexible dieting is that you can have your cake and eat it too, as long as you're in a calorie deficit. By focusing on your calories and your macronutrient intake, rather than eating certain foods, you can still achieve your goals while enjoying life with everyone else. You can literally have your cake and eat it too. But what does science say? Well, this study compared the flexible diet to more rigid dieting strategies and found that the flexible diet can lead to reduced anxiety and more successful weight management. So the flexible diet is a less stressful diet. But is being in a calorie deficit the #1 factor for losing stubborn belly fat? Well, in this Calories In, Calories Out article published in 2017, it concludes that weight loss is not primarily determined by varying proportions of carbohydrates and fat in the diet, but instead by the number of calories ingested. So there you have it. Some diets are easier to follow than others, but ultimately, all the diets will work as long as you're in a calorie deficit. So how do you know how many calories you need to eat? As a bonus, in the description of this video, there's a link to a macro calculator. It's a free calculator you can use to find out how many calories and macronutrients you need to eat to lose weight. All you need to do is input your height, weight, age, and whether you want to lose weight fast or more sustainably. From there, you can hit your macros with any of the diets that resonated with you the most in this video. Now, if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe so I can continue making helpful content like this to help you with crafting your dream physique.